Hello again, everybody. It's me, Marcus, and I review stuff. Welcome back to the channel, first of all. But today we are reviewing the song "The Start of Something Beautiful" by Porcupine Tree. A lot of you have told me that you really prefer their live performances and that they sound just as good live as they do in the studio. So I kind of made it a point to seek out one of the live versions here. I believe it's live in Chicago, I think is what it said. So hopefully this one holds up just as well as the other songs do. And honestly, you guys are absolutely right. The Porcupine Tree songs that I've heard that are live sound incredible, absolutely incredible. So I'm not arguing with you guys that they sound just as great live. In fact, I completely agree with you. So this does come as a request, so as always, if you would like to make a request, please leave a comment below, and I'll be sure to get to it eventually. You know, I was counting yesterday. I have over like 200 requests right now, and at only 2 videos a day, it's gonna take like 100 days to get to to your request if you've made one recently. So I apologize for that, but I beg your patience. In fact, I'll probably be releasing a video soon just talking about that very issue of I'm no longer a tiny channel where I get like two requests a day. It's to the point where I'm not sure what to do here as far as requests go. But anyway, that's a discussion for another time. For now, let's listen to it. This is the start of something beautiful, Porcupine Tree. Here we go. And it's live, so we're watching it right here. honestly, I enjoyed that a whole lot, and I just feel like Porcupine Tree is one of those bands that really speaks to me, both lyrically, musically. I really like their style. I sort of just got lost in the music there for a few minutes. Like I had noticed I was just kind of daydreaming and listening to the music, and like 2 minutes had passed, and I kind of was like, wait, what part of the song are we in? Because like I really almost like kind of daydreamed away because I was lost in the music. I was enjoying kind of the groove they were putting down, and it sounded great. So man, I hope I have enough to talk about now that you know, like I said, I almost feel like I missed a good chunk of music because my thoughts were elsewhere. But it was so easy to just get lost in the music here. I will say the bass line, man, that was awesome. I love that sort of bass-driven sound throughout the song. The bassist did a phenomenal job here. And then the drummer as well. I mean, I feel like you guys have told me how good the drummer is for this band, and I see it in a lot of their performances. But I feel like even when he's doing something like just subtle or small, like there at the beginning of the song, it still speaks volumes, and I feel like it's still really, really sound. So anyway, let's break it down like we always do. Let's talk about each part. Of course, we always start with the lyrics. I am a lyrics guy after all. It says, always in my thoughts you are, always in my dreams you are. I got your voice on tape, I got your spirit in a photograph. Always out of reach you are. To me, this sounds like loss. This sounds like someone who passed away, maybe a mother, maybe a girlfriend, wife, etc. Right? Always in my thoughts you are, always in my dreams. Got your voice on tape. Got your spirit in a photograph, always out of reach. This definitely sounds like someone who's mourning, right? You know, people who say they've lost a loved one, all they want to do is look at photographs of that person or listen to, you know, video or voice recordings that they have of them. So to me, that sounds like loss so far. Cold inside my arms you are, simple like a child you are. I remember when you took my hand and led me through the rain, down inside my soul you are. The more I show the way I feel, the less I find you give a damn. Interesting. The more I show the way I feel, the less I find you give a damn. The more I get to know, the less I find that I understand. Innocent the time we spent, forgot to mention we're good friends. You thought it was the start of something beautiful? Well, think again. I love that. So you could, like, going into the song with the title being the start of something beautiful, I was expecting something a little bit more optimistic, I guess. But in this case, they're saying it's quite the opposite. You thought it was the start of something beautiful. Well, it's not. You know, think again. Mother lost her looks for you. Father never wanted you. I trust to love, and then I find you never really felt the same. There's something in your heart so cruel. Interesting. So to me, it's like, so now I'm actually reading it more so as like a breakup, because it's like, my mother lost her looks for you. So it's sort of like, my mom no longer likes you. My dad never even wanted you in the first place. Maybe he saw right through you. I trust to love, and then I find you never really felt the same. So it's like I loved you, and I sort of trusted you, but it was never reciprocated. There's something in your heart so cruel. That's kind of how I'm reading it now. So at the very beginning of the song, I was like, okay, this is about loss. This is about someone who's passed. Now I'm like, okay, no, it's different. It's about a failed relationship, and although it seems like this other person's not maybe the best person, at the start of the song, you really see that they're still kind of hanging on to that. You know, they're still thinking about the time that they had. Which I think is very interesting, very relatable, of course. The more I show the way I feel, the less I find you give a damn. The more I get to know, the less I find that I understand. Innocent the time we spent, forgot to mention we're good friends. You thought it was the start of something beautiful? Well, think again. The more I show the way I feel, the less I find you give a damn. The more I get to know, the less I find that I understand. Innocent the time we spent, forgot to mention we're good friends. You thought it was the start of something beautiful? Well, think again. You know, I really like their songwriting. It just really speaks to me. You know, this comes off the same album as Arriving Somewhere But Not Here, which is probably still my favorite Porcupine Tree song. But I feel like this one really held up for me. The writing is very interesting, and it's interesting how they, and I feel like it was probably on purpose, how they sort of take this idea of loss, and again, the very first part of the song really sounds like losing a loved one, like someone dying. That's immediately what those words conjure up, but he's really saying it in the context of losing someone in a relationship, which I think is very interesting, and it's a very cool analogy, a really cool metaphor, I guess, if you will, and so I just think their writing is on point here. A couple of lines that are really interesting, but also the way they write, you know, it's like that sentence, I had to read it a couple of times. The more I show the way I feel, the less I find you give a damn. It, like, when you say it quickly, it sort of rolls off the tongue like that. But when you kind of I had to kind of slow down and be like, okay, wait, what is this actually saying? So, very interesting writing here, and I gotta say, I kind of like it. So, lyrically, 2 thumbs up. Why not? I thought it was fantastic. I think instrumentally, man, this band has really blown me away instrumentally. First of all, like I said, that bass line, fantastic. The bass I was really enamored with throughout the song, and I'm glad that he got a chance to shine here on this track. Again, the drummer, even when he's doing something small or subtle, it makes a huge impact on the song. I feel like the drummer is very skilled, very talented. The keyboard, I think throughout, we got some very pronounced time on the keyboard, but also just throughout the song, it was just an enjoyable sound. And then as far as the guitar goes, it was subtle when it needed to be, but when it kicked into that guitar solo, I was just like, yeah, that's awesome. That rocks right there. I love that. And then, of course, Steven Wilson, the singer, sounds fantastic as always. I'm really excited to get to his solo work. I know a lot of you have recommended his solo work. I think I heard one song from his solo work. It was Home Invasion, Regret Number 9. That was a good song. I like that one a lot. And so I think the next one on the docket is going to be Routine. But we'll get there. I know you guys are waiting patiently. But yeah, I can't wait to hear more of his solo work, because he just blows me away as a singer. He just has this sort of dark voice for the subject matter and for the instrumentation going on around him. But he sounds great. So overall, instrumentally and vocally, I give it 2 big thumbs up. Really enjoyed it there. Again, I kind of got lost in the music for a while, just kind of jamming out. Usually when I do these videos, I try to stay focused and pick out parts that I really like as I listen to the song. But for this one, man, I just kind of sat back and jammed out, and it was almost like, oh shit, I shouldn't do that because I'm supposed to talk about the song afterwards. But at the same time, I was like, man, I just had a great time just kind of sitting here listening to the music. So it was great. So as far as replay value goes, I enjoyed the lyrics, I enjoyed the instrumentation, the singing, everything. I just think it's a well-composed song. A lot of great moving parts. Again, that bass line, real dirty, love it. Give it 2 thumbs up for replay value. It's going on the playlist. I'm listening to it again. I really enjoyed this one a lot. So thank you so much for whoever requested this one. In fact, I think I got a couple requests for it, but thank you for whoever requested this one. As always, if you would like to make a request, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. I know I'm always saying, like, hey, it's going to take a while, but please don't hesitate to leave a comment. I'm certainly not complaining that you guys keep my channel going, basically. So if you enjoy the music, go support the artist. Go listen to the music wherever you can. One place you can definitely find some Porcupine Tree, although mostly just their live stuff, is on my Spotify playlist, which is in the description below. It has every single song I've heard so far on my channel. It's got like 17 hours of music, something like that. It's in that ballpark. If you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.